John Ochapinti here.
It's Al.
NEPA Scene's own Carson Daly.
Wilkowski. Yeah, Wilkowski.
Yeah. And tonight, we're here with Eyal Filkolsky. Got that?
Yes.
Nailed it.
What's up, man? It's been a while. Yeah.
Hey, and welcome back to Beyond the Break podcast. I'm your host, Eyal, and
I'm Johnny Achefante.
Achefante.
Add the F to it.
Yeah, I like it. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm doing well. Just finished my fast, did like a 18 hour fast.
Oh, yeah?
I could smell the wings from Planet Fitness because it was insane. Because your senses get.
Right. Okay. Welcome. Got a couple of announcements real quick. Sign-ups for season 4 of the Big Break contest are now open for New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania musicians. Open now through March 31st. Some of the prizes that you could potentially win is a record deal offer from Route 6 Records, a product named after you from Mad Twisted Hatters Infused Emporium, distribution deal from MLM Entertainment, a professionally produced music video, one song recorded and produced at the award-winning studio Encore Studios, professional audio and video recording of your live performance, a live in-studio professional photo shoot, and an invitation to perform 3 songs at our In the Break Room series, and a 1-year VIP subscription to
Merch booth.
So Merch Booth is awesome. Make sure you check them out. We're on there. A lot of our contestants are on there. A lot of our friends and bands and people we work with are on there. So it's really cool. Cool deal there.
Nice.
Some Josh balls there for you. So today we're joined by Justin Bravo, who is a talented singer and songwriter and frontman of Justin Bravo and the Kind. Justin moved to Pennsylvania from Texas not that long ago, and he recently returned to the music scene after taking a half-decade hiatus to focus on his family. Over the next, for the rest of the podcast, after we play this awesome song that we'll talk about shortly, we'll be chatting with Justin about the highs and lows and trials and tribulations he faced while establishing himself as a musician here in the NEPA area. We'll also learn more about his band, Justin Bravo and the Kind. So yeah, stick around and check it out. Johnny, we've got a song today, yeah?
Yeah, we do. We got one. I know we do.
Yeah.
Someone said they needed a I Hate Johnny shirt. I totally. What was the song? Blades of Grass. I'm not looking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Radio Riot, Midsummer Nights. I think
Midsummer Nights. Close. Grass is very summerish.
Yeah. So. All right, so it's from Radio Riot, who was a contestant season 2 of the Big Break, and this is what they submitted for round 1. Go ahead.
Sidewalks, she's stepping on the crack. thought that she died, that this was heaven. God's upon the stage, while that pretty little bird just couldn't be caged. She learned to love and she learned to fight. She learned to play guitar and she started to write her magnum opus, a song about life, the story of her. I'm gonna make her my wife. She's my midsummer night's queen, my dream in the punk rock scene. Tattoos down her arms and legs, in the spaces in between, where the ripped up jeans and her battle vest tear the beating heart right out of your chest. She's my midsummer night's queen, my queen. She's my midsummer night's queen, my dream in the punk rock scene. Tattoos down her arms and legs, in the spaces in between, where the ripped up jeans and her battle vest tear the beating heart right out of your chest. She's my midsummer night's queen. She's my midsummer night's queen, my dream in the punk rock scene. Tattoos down her arms and legs, spaces in between, where the ripped up jeans and her battle vest tear the beating heart right out of my chest. She's my midsummer night's queen, my queen.
All right, that was Radio Riot, Midsummer's Night. And we've got Justin Bravo. Justin, how are you, man?
How y'all doing?
Good, man.
What's up, Jess?
Welcome to the show. Glad you got all that technical issues figured out. So you just just moved here. Well, I mean, it's been a minute now since you've been in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've been since moved up in April. So yeah,
April.
it's been, coming up on a year in a few months.
Yeah. Wow. Nice. So, how was your move? How did that go?
Oh, it was a rough move.
Yeah.
It was a long 3 days. Yeah, hauling a U-Haul with a car on the back of that, hauling that, and then my wife behind me with my daughter hauling another trailer behind us. Yeah, it was.
Oof. Man. Yeah, it's I'm familiar with those moves as well. I've been moving my whole life, it seems. But yeah, so I gave an introduction about you at the beginning of the show, and I said that you had to put your music career on hold for a while. You had to. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was just my my wife. She got pregnant with my daughter. We were trying to have a kid, so she got pregnant with my daughter. I played music a little bit longer after my daughter was born, and then. Yeah, I decided to take the hiatus from playing live. Still went and played like little benefits and things like that every now and then, like acoustic or sit in with a band and stuff like that. But yeah. So when I moved back, we made the decision to move up here. My wife's from up here, and we made the decision to move up here. My daughter was starting school, and that's when I said, I would start playing music again out live again, and try to get back in the studio and all that good stuff whenever she went back to school. So.
Yeah. And how did you find what was it challenging to incorporate yourself in the music scene here and find other musicians?
Finding the musicians actually came pretty easily, surprisingly. It was pretty painless. I think I rehearsed one drummer, and then the second drummer, made it the bass player. I stuck with him from the beginning. So, and then we just added a utility player, plays, steel guitar, guitar or dobro, plays a little bit of everything. So
Gotcha. So tell me a little bit about your band, Justin Bravo and the Kind, and its history and what kind of music it is, and where you want to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say to put us in a genre itself is really kind of hard. I don't know. It's
That's the toughest question for a musician to answer about their own band. That's always like
Americana rock kind of. It's singer-songwriter driven. I'm from Texas, so I can't help but sing with a little drawl, to my voice, with a little country. So it's kind of country rock, but not country. It's not no cowboy hat anything, but
Gotcha.
Everything, all influences, from I think my big influence when I was growing up was a lot of my dad listened to a lot of honky tonk stuff, and my mom was a lot of classic rock, and then I grew up kind of listening to a lot of grunge and things like that, and then so it's kind of all that I feel it's kind of all that together. It's got a lot of.
So when did you originally, like even in Texas, when did you originally form the band?
I formed the band. Well, I formed the band Red Dirt Ramblers first. That was the first band I formed with a guitar player. Started that band, and it just I kind of felt like I kind of lost sight of the the songwriting. Everything didn't really stick out front. It didn't. The music kind of killed it. It was a great band. I had a lot of fun. But it just wasn't. I didn't feel like it was what I wanted to do, and it didn't put my songs where I want them to be. I should say, the music wasn't where I wanted. More dynamics, more harmonies, more, things like that. And it was just kind of drive all the way, from beginning to end,
So now you got this new project and what year did you start the new project?
I started the new project in 2014. The first band was 2000. Started that in like
9 years now.
2010, 2011. What's that?
So yeah, that's like 9 years.
Yeah, so I started that original one then, and then 2014 started Justin Bravo and the Kind, but then took the hiatus in 2017. Started in 2017 and 2018. So from your when you had the band in Texas, are you keeping all the songs that you've already written? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're all. I keep all my songs. They, as songs do. They're organic. They change, they grow. So
Right.
They, from the day I've written them, they've evolved. To different, from when it was Red Dirt Ramblers to when it was Justin Bravo and the Kind in Texas to when it's Justin Bravo and the Kind here in Pennsylvania.
Gotcha. So when you're auditioning members, do you ever get any kind of like pushback or resistance in playing your old songs, and as opposed to coming up with new songs as a band?
No, because I'm still constantly trying to write as it is, and then everybody gives I value everybody's opinion, of course, but when it boils down to it, they're my songs, it's my band.
Gotcha.
We're going to play my original music. Of course, I'm always, trying to write new and incorporate new things into it. So, yeah, I don't think it bothers anybody. I got some of the guys sitting right here with me. So I don't think
Cool.
it bothers them at all.
Right on. So, yeah, I mean, I would assume that if they're, a part of your band, that they've already agreed to all that.
And they know that their opinions matter on everything. I take everything into consideration, as far as the music goes, and how the songs are played. Everybody has their artistic freedom. It's not like you got to play it this way or this way or this way. We still have our artistic freedom, but it still has to be
right. The chord structure stays the same. The melody is the tempo. Right. I gotcha. So how did you get started in the music industry, and then what advice would you give to other people who are just starting out or trying to break into the music industry?
Yeah, so getting started in music. So, growing up, I played, when I was a kid a little bit, just, picking up the guitar, playing, Metallica intros and, things like that. Never really learned anything, and definitely couldn't sing and play at the same time. So from the time I was 12, probably till 16, 17, played around, just fooled around on the guitar. And I was about to move up to the Fort Hood area in Texas. My sister was stationed up there. So I was moving up there to go to school. I was going to take a break from work and go to school full time. Just kind of going through some hard times. My nephew's guitar was sitting at the house. I picked it up. I started playing again. And I was like, wow, let me learn to play a song. I learned to play, a song full through, and it went really easy. Like, well, let me try singing this song, and tried singing it, and that went good. And I just kept playing, kept playing at home. And then it's like, oh, my family's probably tired of hearing me play and sing around the house. Let me go out, to an open mic or something, So I went out to some open mics, and where I went, these guys, some of my best friends still to this day, John, Austin, Mylan, Marvin, some of these guys were just, magnificent songwriters that I walked into at an open mic, and I was really nervous and got up there and got through 3 songs, and they just encouraged me to keep coming back and playing, and I became, I'm still great friends with these guys to this day, and encouraged me to start writing, and just, influenced me. And then I just started getting offers, to play. I was just playing kind of open mics and stuff like that. And then a couple of people at some clubs and bars were like, hey, get a band, we'll hire you, and so never really looked back from there,
Oh yeah. Yeah. We've actually got a few open mics here that, 2 of them that I personally, go to that I enjoy are, there's open mic at the Keystone Stage in Oliphant every Monday. And then there's NEPA Scene, Rich Howes at NEPA Scene. He does one at the V Spot every Thursday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. Yeah. We were
Tuesday.
talking about hitting that one up at some point. Yeah, we're actually.
That's really good.
I wanted to plug that. We're doing next Wednesday. They have Tony's open mic over here in Pittston at the Underground Wine Cellar. And we're doing a showcase, like a band feature. We're going to be the featured band for the night. Play a set from 9 to 9:45 of some of our music. So.
Oh, nice.
Then open.
So say everybody in Northeast PA, come say hi. I'd love to see.
That's next Wednesday. Where?
Yeah, next Wednesday at Tony's Underground Wine Cellar in Pittston.
Okay.
So you guys are playing at 9 and then open mic from 9:45 on?
Yeah, well, they have open mic. They play a little bit before from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock from 8. Okay. And then 9 o'clock is the showcased artist. They showcase an artist from 9 to about 9:45. And then
okay, so you got like a full set in there.
Yeah. So we get to get up and play a full set.
That's cool. We'll have to try to come out and check that out.
Yeah, man.
There's also another open mic that happens to every Thursday night, which is tonight, down in Nanticoke, but I don't remember the name of the venue.
In Nanticoke, an open mic over in Nanticoke.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know about one?
There's been a few that have just like the Rail Yard did one for a little bit. Finnegan's does a comedy one tonight.
Yeah, just I need to get out more and network with some more guys. Sometimes it's kind of hard, working full time.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
plus you got kids.
Yeah. So how do you balance your responsibilities as a musician with your personal life and other commitments?
I mean, I just take that time. I commit that time, this amount of time, to playing music a week. And I have to. I'm very much on compartmentalizing things, so it actually works out pretty good. I can compartmentalize. Hey, I'm going to take this amount of time to practice alone. I'll take this amount of time to practice my vocals, and this amount of time with the band. So that works out pretty well for me because that's how my mind works anyway. So.
Yeah. Oh, I just got a notification here. It's Parkway Inn in Nanticoke. Every Thursday they have an open mic there.
Oh, nice.
So,
what are the differences you've noticed in like playing in Texas and playing in PA? Any crowd differences?
Crowd differences. Well, the little bit that I've got to play out here, the crowd, they seem pretty. They're pretty tuned in to what's going on stage. When sometimes in where I was at in Texas, I was in a military town. You were in the military, right?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, you've been in military town. Live music is tough. You're fighting with the jukebox. I mean,
It's
tough to play there. So we really tried to get out and play outside of that area. You know, we went all around Texas and played. The difference in the crowd, like I said, they're a little more involved from the little area that I was in. When I got outside of that area, it was great. Musician wise, it's a little different. A lot more like shredders and things like that up here. A lot more harder music. In Texas, it's a little more rootsy. You know, everything's got its own twang to it. It's its own music scene. You know, Texas has its own thing. You know, and you can be rock and roll, blues, you know, Texas country, red dirt, that kind of thing, and still blend in with everyone else and play. You know, I've played shows with, you know, punk rock bands, with metal bands, with, you know, other bands, and it worked well. I mean, the crowd loves everything, you know, all that kind of music. So it's really diverse.
Is there like
really
a sense
diverse.
of community there?
The diversity is really great, and the songwriting, as far as networking with other songwriters, there's a lot, you know, a lot of songwriters.
That's cool. So what's been your like biggest challenge as a musician, and how did you overcome it?
Biggest challenge, probably my biggest challenge as a musician is usually not, since I got here, I lucked out, was always usually finding the right guys that I'm comfortable with, that I can hang out with on a daily basis, because, you know, you're going to spend a lot of time with your band, you know, so you want to be good friends with those guys and know that you can, you know, connect with them on a personal level as well as a musical level. You know, some people can be in bands and not hang out at all, but, you know, I feel like, you know, we to connect on stage, that we need to connect in other ways as well, you know, on a personal level. So that's been a challenge for me in the past. I don't want to have to worry about anything else other than doing my job, you know, on stage, you know, and that was a challenge at times, you know, but here it worked out perfect here. So everything fell into place how it should.
Well, good, man. That's good to hear. It doesn't usually happen that way. Anyway.
No,
So good for you, man.
And like I said, I'm the type of guy, you know, I like things to happen organically. I don't want to force it. That's why we've been just us, you know, me and the drummer and the bass player. We've just been woodshedding it, you know, for just months, you know, just getting tight, you know, just getting tight. I don't want to put a product out there that's not, you know, where it needs to be. And I want to spend a lot of time with them and make sure that, you know.
So are your other are your two bandmates, are they born and raised NEPA?
Well, I have three bandmates now. So
okay.
No, two of them were more raised in New Jersey.
Okay.
And one's my bass player. He's from like the New Brunswick area. Michael, where did he say he was from?
Wilkes-Barre.
Where?
Wilkes-Barre.
No, he lives in Wilkes-Barre now, but he's from somewhere in Jersey. He's from around Jersey too. And then Butch Jones here. He's from Dunmore.
I gotcha. Cool. So are you writing anything new now, or are you still sticking with?
Yeah, I have a few, and I have a few that are in the works partially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your approach to songwriting, and what inspires your lyrics?
My approach to songwriting is usually I'm playing with a guitar riff, and an old line or something comes to me, and then it just goes from there. And then sometimes I'll get stuck, and sometimes I'll blow through the whole song. And it seems like here lately I've been getting stuck a little bit more. So just looking for more things to inspire me. Like I said, I need to get out a little more, you know, with around more musicians and network more to get that inspiration. You know,
that's key.
That's key. You know, that I think that's really a big part of me writing songs, is having other people inspire me and, you know, push me to do it, you know.
Well, you know, a great way for you to meet more musicians and be a part of something is, have you considered competing on the Big Break?
My bandmates have been talking to me about it. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you have any questions, you know, you know, it's 100% free for you. And I mean, you get
Yeah, I just
something
want to
out
make
of
sure
it no matter what.
we're fully committed to doing it before we're gonna do it.
Fair,
So,
fair. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to half-ass it.
Right. No, I get that. I appreciate that. I know the first round challenge really spooks a lot of bands or make them ones that don't have any experience with like digital media or video editing.
Yeah, and that's my part too. I have no experience with that.
And that's fine. You don't really need to have experience with it if you know how to hold a camera, your phone on its side and take video, you're already halfway there. So and there's a lot of free apps. We've had bands in the past that shot and edited their entire video just on their phone. And that's fine.
Plus you can get like a professional if they do it for free. They can.
Yeah, as long as they do it for free. I mean, you're good, right?
Right. Yeah, so basically it's to see if you guys can work together as a team.
And kind of the other thing I thought about it, I was, I'm 40. I'm more of an older musician, seasoned, a little more seasoned. I was thinking this was kind of more thing for the young guys to get their break. You know what I mean? But
I don't know.
I got you. I feel like any band out there that is not signed, that isn't already out there touring and doing their thing, as long as they're independent, why not? Especially it's great for young bands, but also what about the older bands that have been like working their asses off, and they just the only thing that's stopping them from getting the resources that they need, the tools they need to present themselves to a wider audience, the only thing that's stopping them is money. So with the big break, we're offering basically a whole lot of stuff that you can use to propel yourself as a band, and just the network itself. If nothing else, it's the network and the people you meet throughout the process.
Yeah, I think as soon as I get off here, my bass player is probably about to get on to me about getting started on that. He's got a look on his face over there. So.
Bassists are wise. I feel like bassists are the
bassists are wise. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a drummer, so I'm always down with the bassist. We're always tight. So
you guys locked in.
Oh yeah. So speaking of, we're talking about promotion and things like that now, and getting yourself out there. How do you promote yourself and your music, and what strategies have been most effective for you and your band?
I mean, that's been tough. I mean, in the past, social media was great, but it seems like it just, I don't know if it's that great of a promoter anymore. I think getting out and playing live and then getting that following, and they're gonna follow you on the social media. They're gonna follow your website and be on there and looking for your next shows and things like that. And my thing is always leave something to be desired out there. Don't give everything every time. Always leave it out there on the stage as far as what you're giving, but as far as don't play every song every time you play, like those kind of
right. Well, yes, unless you only have so many songs. We cannot skip any song, because then we'll be short on our set, and the promoter will be pissed off at us.
Do they do a lot of showcase shows up here in the area? I know in Texas they do a lot of metal band showcases, and they'll do like 3-4 songs, at most.
I don't think I've seen anything like that here.
I don't know. Ray has that show coming up, that metal show, and there's like 10 bands, I think.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like all day kind of like festival style, and they all play a full set, at least a 30-minute set, I would imagine.
Yeah, I got you.
But nothing. I haven't seen anything like that I can see it work for like newer bands that just want to get out there. Absolutely. You know, but you know, just as a producer, I'm like, man, that's a lot of downtime between bands,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
for them just to, you know, play 3 songs and then you know,
Yeah.
I mean, even the sound guy, you know, it takes them until
And some people are weird
halfway
about
through the first
some
song
people are
to
weird
get it like
about backlining. You know what I mean? Some as
well,
far as that.
absolutely.
Yeah. You know,
Absolutely.
and that's a, you know, I think a difference in a lot of the of rootsy music, you know, and a lot of that, like we can go and they'll backline the whole, you know, the bass rig,
Right,
and
right, right.
and the kit and everything. You bring your snare and your brass, you know, and your
Right, and that's what we do as well in
yeah.
the, you know, in the big break. So whenever we put shows on, we try to backline as much as we can. You bring your breakables, you know, and it makes you know,
It
switch
makes everything
between
smoother.
bands. Yeah,
Everything.
but there's still, you know, there's still other stuff that goes on, right? You know, you got
Yeah.
the sound that, you know, the sound engineer and
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
all that.
somebody's gonna play louder than somebody else, you know. It's just,
Right. So it takes some time to get those levels right, especially if you're not really just doing a sound check or doing a real quick, you know, you good, play. Just make sure that the levels aren't peaking and then mix it during the first song, you know. Um, so it's hit or miss, you know. But yeah, so you were talking about, you know, your kind of creative block that you're going through right now. And you know, how are you handling all that? You know, how are you trying, you know, how are you keeping yourself motivated and like handle, I guess, you know, yeah, your creative block.
It's hard, man. It's hard because it's been a minute, you know, since I've been inspired to write something from beginning to end. It's just been bits and pieces here and there. So it's been yeah, it's been really frustrating lately.
Yeah.
Especially now that I've, you know, I didn't focus on it so much when I wasn't playing with the band, but now that I'm playing with the band again, it's like, okay, I got to get more songs going, and
Right.
so it's kind of
Have you recorded anything here with the new band?
no, I haven't, and that's, you know, that's one thing we definitely want to get out and do.
Gotcha.
And get
No.
recording. Want to definitely find the right studio. I mean, you have a lot of things that you can do at home. You really need, you know, a lot of things. You're going to need the studio for drums, you know. You know, in my opinion, you need the tracks for the drums, and you can do almost everything else on your home, on Pro Tools at home, you know. So
Well, you know, the recording studio I would recommend, obviously, we do a lot of work with them, is Encore Studios.
okay, yeah, I was looking
Up
at them.
in Einan. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at them for like rehearsal spaces and all that stuff
Yep.
too.
Yep, they do
Luckily,
that.
we have a, you know, rehearsal space here at my house. We just rehearse. My wife
That's
my wife
lucky.
was
I remember
nice enough to give me a music room. So
that's awesome. I remember when I was living in Denver, you know, I was in a band there. I was a drummer, and we had to rent a rehearsal space. And one of these spaces, it wasn't climate controlled. So in the winter, the one night we came in and it was below freezing, and I started playing, you know, and then I went and came down hard on one of the cymbals and it just cracked. Damn, there's $200. So,
yeah, I had some friends that had that rehearsed in some storage buildings and back in Texas. Yeah, there was this one famous one around Fort Hood called Bell Storage, and there was like 6 or 8 bands that practiced there.
Yeah.
There was a studio in the front. Like they took out the front, and the guy made a studio in the front of it, of the storage buildings. You know.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Actually, pretty cool. Yeah, and then bands practice back in the storage buildings. You know.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's. I always find it fortunate if, you know, back when I used to play a lot. When we had a place to just, you know, go in the basement and start practicing anytime you want. That was always nice.
Yeah, I'm about to move into an apartment, and I'm like it's gonna be great, but I'm not gonna be able to fucking blast it like I do here at my house.
Yeah, you're gonna have neighbors above you, below you,
Yeah.
next to you. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, it's definitely different, man. Definitely different.
Yeah, I lucked out. My wife, was talked us into getting a big enough house, and my mother-in-law lives on there's a third floor, so she's up there, so they go up there whenever we practice.
Oh, nice.
So we can get a little loud,
Yeah, that's good. That's good that they're both supportive.
Oh yeah. They want me. They know it's good for me and good for my mental health and everything. I get when I'm not playing, I get depressed. And they notice since I've been playing with the band that I'm a lot happier down a day-to-day basis. So
I think it's very important to just surround yourself with supportive people.
And you got to have. I mean, what you can say you're gonna quit playing music, man, but once you do it, you're a lifer. I mean, you're in it for the rest of your life. You're gonna always do it. You're gonna always be connected there and always want to do it. So
absolutely.
When you don't have that, it feels like a part of you's missing.
I feel like that's the best thing about music. Like, I feel bad for like athletes and stuff that don't have anything
after.
They have nothing after their sports over. Music you could play. My grandfather had dementia and he was playing until he passed. Like,
yeah.
So what kind of advice would you give new musicians or new bands that are forming to help them find their own unique style and sound?
Man, my best thing is woodshed it. Just woodshed it, man. As long as you can hold out playing, just practice together and get tight with your guys, and just as long as you can hold out on doing that before getting out and playing, that's gonna make everything. That's gonna make everything so much better when you get out and start playing live. It's gonna make things so much smoother, so much less stress. You're not gonna be mad at somebody because they messed up on a part, or something like that. It makes things so much smoother to get out and play live. Just, get in the garage and suck for a long time, just, that's how it happens,
Yep.
So,
do you think getting bored is a good way to once you keep doing it so much that you're almost bored of it, like that's like, okay, now maybe that's when we should probably jump out there. Like
like us here, I was like, man, we got to get out of this room. All right, it's time to get out of this room. I've had enough. We've woodshedded it long. Let's get out. So even though we were fine, we would have been fine getting out and playing. I just, I wanted to make sure it was where it needs to be.
Yeah, that makes sense. So woodshed it. Is that like a Texas term? Do we say that here?
Like woodshedding it, like
I understand.
Practicing,
lock yourself in, right?
I needed to hop in on this.
Lock yourself up and play, man. And just play.
I love his philosophy on this. And second of all, calling it woodshedding it it's unbelievable. That's the coolest thing
I think we're gonna start using that now.
Yeah, we're woodshedding it. Telling kids not like that's the best advice.
We're not taking anybody out back of the woodshed.
No. God, that's a whole different type of woodshed.
Right.
Unless they're really bad.
Yeah. No, that's woodshedding it. No, it's the best advice you could give bands right now is just be friends with the people that are in your band. And you're one of the first people who actually came on here and said that. And like, I want to stress the fact that like being on the other side of this industry and like the more business side of everything, and like to tell you bands why like a lot of in the history of music, people don't trust the business side of it is just like businesses are looking for things that are solid and things that aren't going to break up every 5 minutes. One of the biggest issues that the music industry has around here is like every 5 minutes, these bands are breaking up. They can't go through any goddamn turmoil. It's just like, I thought you guys should be friends. Like you guys should be you're in a band together, dude. You like should be soldiers together and that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's like seeing bands that have so much success and then like they just can't fucking play together because one guy won't practice on Saturday and the other guy has too much pride to change it to Wednesday is just like, come on, guys. It's ridiculous, but no, I appreciate that. That's what you like. That's the kind of advice I always give bands. It's like, dude, be friends with your band. Like I do podcasts and stuff. I only do them with people that are my friends, because then I can, no matter what, if I'm bored,
that you want to hang out with on a daily basis.
yeah. If you're bored, even when you're bored, you're still able to produce. Like that's when you're in a good spot. But
wait, we do a
I
podcast,
appreciate
and you
that.
said we do a podcast, and you said we're not friends.
Yeah, we're not friends. You're boring, you're not talented.
What?
What? Johnny just said, I feel bad for athletes because they don't get experience. I'm sure LeBron James is real pissed he can't play saxophone, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Terrible.
Well, no, maybe like a pickleball.
Real good note, John.
Oh, that's our producer, John Fry. I don't know if you know him. We do a podcast together, the John and Johnnie Show. He just basically shits
Don't
on
promote
the whole
us.
time.
Yeah, I'll have to bleep that out before it goes on Spotify. So Justin, is there anything else, any kind of advice, any other experiences that you want to share with our listeners?
Music wise, probably musicians, like you said, young musicians, I would like, give them a little bit more advice as far as the music, to let it breathe a little bit, let the music breathe. Don't try to play, you don't have to play every note all the way through the song, let it stop for a second and then come back, hard to explain. I don't know, just
I gotcha.
That's always been my band motto, let it breathe, less is more,
So you've got a show next Wednesday. Jeez, I'm getting all my days mixed up. I'm so sorry. So next Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 9:45.
Yeah.
Where at again?
Tony's Underground Wine Cellar over in Pittston.
Okay. All right. So there's a few other shows going on over the next week. And we've got Robin with your weekly shows.
Hi, it's Robin with this week's original shows in northeastern Pennsylvania. On Friday, the 6th, at The Office in Nicholson, Dave and Sean of the Dishonest Fiddlers. At the Scranton Cultural Center in Scranton, James Barrett's album release show with Telco and Glass Mask. At the V-Spot in Scranton, Channel 65. At Andy Gavin's in Scranton, The Frost Duo. And at Peculiar Kitchen in Scranton, Dustin Douglas. On Saturday the 7th, at the Creative Compound in Honesdale, Women in the Arts Festival featuring multiple artists. At the Joint 53 in Pittston, Adam McKinley. At Classics in Scranton, Dashboard Mary. At the Mountaintop Pub in Mountaintop, Whiskey and Woods. If you want your show featured on the next episode, go to thebigbreak.org/podcast and click the Submit Your Show button.
Two-speaker amp.
All right. So great job, Robin, as always. So yeah, we've got shows. I'm sure there's more shows, aside from those. Obviously, we learned about one today. That's going to be next Wednesday. So yeah, make sure you let us know, or you're in a band, you can just let us know about your show directly. So yeah, you have a Facebook page, a website, or anything like that?
Getting a website worked up now. I'm about to get my buddy in Texas working on it, who worked up our logo and all that stuff that we got. We have some stickers for sale. So if you want some stickers, I can show you one. Hand me one of those stickers. We have some stickers for sale, so we'll have them at our show. We're trying to get some more merch ordered right now. These are our stickers with our little logo.
Cool. Oh, that's pretty thick. I like that. Do you
our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/jb.thekind, and then Reverb Nation, of course, reverbnation.com/Justin Bravo, and they have an Instagram also. It's JB the Kind.
Cool. Do you hear that? Police sirens? No? Yeah. Woo! I don't know.
These are the sounds of Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
These are the sounds.
Also, if either of you do
I'm
my merch
in
booth
West
right
Michigan.
now, I'm gonna fire both.
We don't hear that very often.
Merch booth.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was gonna go next.
Okay, good. I knew you were. I was texting Johnny. Okay, good.
So are you on Merch Booth?
Merch booth? No.
Merchbooth.com, right there.
So
Well, he should just compete in the big break and win a
VIP
VIP
on there,
package.
Right.
They sell it through their website.
So Merchbooth.com is a DTG, direct to garment printing. So they do print on demand, where you, as the artist, it's zero money for you. You don't have to pay anything. You send us the design, we put it on a garment for you. We've got several garments that you can pick from. You get an online store, you get a like a vendor portal login where you can see your sales and see your profits. There's also a VIP section of this where it's like $19.99 a month, and you get like I think it's like about $1,000 worth of services over the year, and it's really good. So
you can connect it to like your band website and your
yeah, you can. So right now you can just link to it. We're working on the back end. We're very new.
What we did to counteract that though
this is your deal that y'all are doing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a social
We
media.
all are part of it.
Actually,
Yeah. So I worked for this company. I worked for this company and then hired AL, and now Johnny's my intern, and now we're all aboard the pirate ship over there. But we basically, to counteract, like, we're trying to get like embedded codes made so you guys could pop it right in your website.
Yeah.
But what we're doing to counteract it, that takes a lot to make embedded codes, because 900 bands have 900 different websites, and we have to make 900 codes for those different, and it's a pain. So we made it so you guys could basically just request to be our branded partner on social media, so you could tag any of our products on your Instagram, and then people could one-click buy. So it's kind of actually better than your web. Like, I'm not a fan of band website. No one goes to websites anymore, period. So like I think like the social media thing counteracted the fact we don't have that embedded code, because like I said, that's just going to take a while, and I don't even think Johnny knows what an embedded code is.
Oh, so, wow. I grew up.
Actually, no, that's true. You might, but yeah, so that's how we kind of did that. But yeah, it's like free of no charge. If you're, it's good for on-demand merch. Like if you're trying to sell merch when you're not at a show, that's how you do it.
So this is what I tell bands, and like even if you're competing and waiting, to compete before you do the VIP thing, you can still have a free account in the meantime.
Yeah.
But I also tell them this, right? So have your own merch that you go to shows with. Absolutely. So, but also print out a QR code that goes directly to your online store. So now somebody that needs a 5XL and you don't have a 5XL, or you run out of a specific size or a specific design that somebody wants, you can say, hey, we're all out, but here, scan this.
Yeah, the company was really started.
Order it, and it'll be delivered right to your doorstep.
The company was really started because of like our boss knew a guy named Dustin Douglas, and he would always be at shows, and like that's where bands make the most money, is merch. And my boss would be like, hey, do you have any merch? And he'd be like, I have 2 mediums and I have 1 large and 4 double XLs. So like this gives you the opportunity to just be like, hey, if I don't have a small, just buy it right now. Boom, it's out. So it's good like that. But we won't sell you on anymore. It's a good idea. It's kind of like one of those no-brainer things. We don't have to sell it too hard. But when you brought up the fact that you were trying to get some merch ready, I was like, these two better fucking hop on this. They did. I was hearing AL was going to, but I told Johnny to try to sell you on it before you said that earlier, because I like to get Johnny.
No, absolutely. Send me the link for that. So
hell yeah, we got you.
Absolutely. We do have. I'm looking through the comments, and we do have one question from a guy, Gus the Savage, who recently became a father to a little baby girl, and congratulations. Yes. And The question is, do you think it's possible to be a father and a musician at the same time without taking a break from it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's just, it's your decision to make. I mean, you can definitely juggle both, and I don't see a problem with it at all. Raising your kids and playing music at the same time. I mean, millions of people out there do it. It was just something that I chose to do, as I just didn't want to miss the first 5 years, some of the most important things, the first steps, the first words, just the little things,
Right.
That's what it was for me. It was just a personal thing. I definitely could have done both, but it was just I wanted to take the break and focus on that for a little while.
You can make your kid play music like Master P and Romeo.
Oh, she's already got a piano or keyboard. Yeah. Don't worry.
What's like the craziest thing that like ever happened touring? Like down in Texas, you ever have to like wrangle up a hillbilly or
wrangle up a hillbilly?
Hillbillies aren't from Texas, and I don't even think you're allowed to say that word.
Wait, what? Hillbillies are from Texas? I thought a hillbilly was just like a.
No, we're there's a part of Texas where there's what you would call it, I guess, hillbillies, kind of around the Waco area is what we would call that little area right there.
The Kool-Aid section.
I call them something different.
But no, it's more country people down there. It's not more. It's not like Appalachian Mountain people.
Right. Yeah.
So.
If you hear chainsaws and banjos, you better run the other way.
Paddle faster.
Paddle faster.
Oh man.
Oh man. So
yeah, it's just a lot of cows, and things like that. But it's just spread out. Just a little different landscape, and but I've been surprised. I was kind of warned when you come up, warned before I came here, like, oh, people aren't going to be as friendly, and all that. And yeah, I've experienced a little bit where people aren't as talkative, and things like that. Like you don't just, start a conversation with a stranger, all the time. Some people you do.
We're just really bitter up here, okay?
But kind of the area, I guess the little valley over here where I moved to over here around West Pittston, everybody's really nice and talkative, and
It's where I live. West Pittston.
Oh, you're in West Pittston?
Yeah, it's the best place on earth, dude. My gas station is called Friendly Food Mart, and they give you wine. They give you wine at Christmas. I was just like, for free? Like, you're a gas station. Like, it is like my people who care about.
You might live right here by me. I live right here on Lower Montgomery.
Yeah, I live right on Wyoming. I'm like one of the right when you come across the bridge and come around the bend. I'm that big tan house. It used to be the Medico's house. It's like one of those big houses.
Yeah, we're the White House, 1 block off Susquehanna, the big white.
Nice. I love West Pittston. I can't wait till we all get flooded too and everything. Yeah, I'll give people I put my license on Twitter once. It's all downhill from there. But yeah, I can't wait till we get flooded here and everything too. There it was. Because I remember when that flood happened and it was like 2 stories worth of water. So I live on the 2nd floor, so that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we lucked out. We're 2 inches out of the flood zone per FEMA.
Oh, nice.
So
nice, yeah.
We of course, if it floods, we're gonna flood, but at least we have insurance.
Yeah. So. We have a good view of it if it does.
Yeah, right.
So we're coming to the end of the show. Do you have any more plugs out there?
No, just keep an eye out on our social media. We do have some shows coming up. I got some other stuff coming up in February and back what is that? Back Mountain Brewery. Mountaintop Pub and Eatery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there in February. I can't remember the exact date, but just make sure you check out our social media, follow us on there, give that a like and a follow, and we'll have some things coming up. Hopefully, some bigger things here in northeastern PA, and
all right,
hopefully the whole Northeast, and then we can kind of make our way on a tour back down south towards Texas.
Gotcha, and maybe
real quick,
we'll see you at
producer question. Would you rather have 4 arms or 4 legs?
Can't masturbate with feet.
Leaving the tough one for the end.
I only got one though.
feet, hands.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got 4 arms and you can play 2 instruments at once.
Yeah, I'm not that coordinated. Yeah, I would say 4 arms. If I had 4 feet, I already fall down enough with 2 feet.
Yeah.
So probably, yeah.
It might stabilize you though, 4 of them.
I'm going with 4 arms.
4 arms. Right on.
That's to say. I mean, horse have 4 feet, right? They know how to stand and everything. 4 arms is crazy. I think I would go with the arms though. I just want the craziness of it. You're basically an octopus at that part.
Yeah.
At that point, with a better brain.
You can whoop like 3 people at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you still get your 2 feet? Keep your 2 feet if you have 4
you only
arms?
get 4 arms. So you're basically just like a horse.
Oh,
4
or
arms.
your feet,
Yeah. I didn't think this would spark so much like of a debate. I love it.
Yeah.
That was an on the cuff
Now
answer.
they said a horse. I'm kind of second guessing.
Yeah, it was funny to hear you say I would fall all over the place if I had 4 feet. I was like, dogs, cats never fall. They have 4 feet.
I don't know. I'd find a way to trip over one of them. I'm sure.
No, that's true. My cat falls, so it could happen. Maybe you're better with your hands. Like you have quick hand, Dude, I don't know what to tell you.
That was a good question. Somebody asked do you keep your legs if you choose the arms?
No. So you only get if you
It's
have
only
arms,
4
there's
arms or
4
only
arms.
4
Yeah,
legs.
Only 4 arms and 4
Oh
legs.
yeah, I gotta go with 4 legs then. I gotta go with 4 legs. Even if I do.
How you gonna like I don't know, scratch an itch
With your legs?
you
ever see
if
a
you
dog?
ain't got no hands?
Dog scratch their itches.
You can find like a post or a doorway or something,
What if the world was split up into people with just 4 arms and 4 legs, not sexes or anything like that? It was just like hands and feet. That was our factions.
Then it was segregation.
Yeah, and it was like
we ain't
10
no 4 arms out here.
There's not a million different versions of human. There's only 2, but it's just 4 arms or 4 legs. It's terrifying.
2 different
The war
sports.
continues, dude.
Round up the wagons. Here comes the 4-arm folks.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So remember that big break signups are open now until May 31st. Go to the bigbreak.org /contest and you can see everything there that you need. Justin, thank you so much for being on our show. We'll be watching your progress and helping as much as we can along the way. Hopefully we'll come out and check you out next week. And to close out the show, we've got Brutality that was filmed by NEPA Scene and given to us to use from the season 2 show at the V Spot. Take care, guys.
All right, peace out. See you guys soon.